This is day 903 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. This week's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is sponsored for Shlema for Yonasan Ezra ben Chana Feigl. Today we are doing Siman Tov Kuf Tzadik Beis Sif Ches. We're not going to do that. To Tov Kuf Tzadik Zayin Sif Aleph. So last night, yesterday, we did Sif Ches in order to finish off the Siman. So now we're going to start from Tov Kuf Tzadik Gimel Aleph and go to Tov Kuf Tzadik Zayin Aleph. Aleph. The Tov Kuf Tzadik Dan. Dina in brachos at kios maklin zuzu. The brachas and the kios impede each other in Yotzei Mitzvah. Aleph einat kios makos the brachas. Well, brachas makos the kios. Brachas don't kios don't impede the brachas. Not vice versa. Go mishen lo shofar likoa. Somebody who doesn't have a shofar to blow, and we're talking about for during Shemona Esrei, not the brachas of the Lishma called shofar, but the brachas machis zichron shofars. Somebody doesn't have a shofar. You should still say the brachas in Musaf. Somebody who doesn't know the brachas. He has to blow when he has a shofar. That you should blow according to the order of brachas. It's not an impediment. And Yom Kippur of Yovel when the Beis Mikdash existed. Shazu Tokim Mevarchim Malchius Zichron Yosef Shofars. Because when the Beis Mikdash existed, Yom Kippur of Yovel also they did Malchius Zichron and Shofars. Peis Alva Brachas Hashem B'Shem Kippur Yovel Makva Zu Zu. The brachas are a set and they impede each other. Shim Eni Odeh Kulam. If you don't know all of them, Loyal Marmash Yodeh Mem. Don't say what those of them that you know. Eloyal Mar Klum. Don't say anything. But Zel Raka Malchius Zichron Shofars the Kul Tekini Kachar Dafka. So in Malchius Zichron Shofars, which are all one takona, one unified takona. Havashar brachas, but other brachas ain't shaychim mezeh. The brachas not relevant. Does pertain to other brachas. Hey, brachas Chol ain't makbin zuzu. So the brachas of the entire year don't impede each other. Ve'ez shiyodeh yom ran, the ones you know you should say. Longish Mishnah Berurah here. Sure writes that what the Mogen Avram says that on the other days of the year, the brachas of Shemona Esrei don't impede each other. You can know what you know because it's asking for Rachmei Shemayim. It's asking, but you're not. That's fine, but you're not Yotzei with that because even one of the brachas of Shemona Esrei, if you skipped it, the halacha is you have to go back and to it and say all the ones which you said already because they have to be said in the proper order. If not, you're not Yotzei Tefillah. And certainly in this case over here, where you don't know the bracha at all. And you should also try to make the bracha, the brachas you do say adjacent, juxtaposed to another bracha, brachas much chaverta, such as Asher Yotzar, etc., or something similar, in order that it should be a brachas much chaverta. Obviously, if you know the first bracha, Shemona Esrei, that whatever brachas you add are smuch chaverta. So I guess it's talking about where a place. If somebody doesn't know the first bracha Shemona Esrei, I don't understand what he might be talking about otherwise, but I'm not sure if that's what he means. So to the shofar blows impede each other. If he knows how to do trua, and he doesn't know how to do a trua, shouldn't do the kiyah. But if he knows how to do Tkiyah Shvarim too. If any day also Tarai doesn't know how to do true Tkiyah, or Hefer vice versa, I said, do what he can. They're both considered according to the Rosh Truas. So therefore, he did something which can be considered to be a Dover Shalim. The Yotzim in the Torah, and it was Yotzim Midaraisa. The Biur Halacha says yes, perhaps, but your bracha on Tkiyah you can't make unless you can blow all the various different permutations, either himself or together join with others. Because certainly the order of Malchios Zichron Shofars and their correlation to tkiyos are don't impede each other. Chol akdim brachos at tkiyos is it say brachos before you do the tkiyos, or at tkiyos brachos, or at tkiyos before the brachos. Milchatchila akdim at tkiyos, but it's preferable to do the tkiyos first. What actually means by that? I mean, yaktim at tkiyos, we say the tkiyos after every bracha. I don't know what he means by yaktim at tkiyos. Yakdim brachos at tkiyos the brachos. I don't. That's not what we do. You say the brachos first, and then we say the tkiyos after the bracha. So I know what he's talking about. I would say the tkiyos atzon, but the order in the tkiyos themselves, or the brachos atzmon, or the brachos themselves. In other words, the tkiyos themselves that should be tashrat and not sharat or something like that, and that the malchus zichronos and shofar should be in order that you can't get deviate from. Shemikdim trul l'tkiya lo asoklum. Did the trul for tkiya? It's null. So to be the zichronos of malchus, the shofar so zichronos, the shofar so zichronos, it's no good. Tzarich lachzor litka o levorech al haseder. You have to go back and do the tkiyos, and you have to make the brachas also. In other words, you're going to have to go back and make the brachas in order, and you're going to have to redo the tkiyos, which you already did. Tough kuf tzag dal. Im yochel echel l'ti chavero. One person can exempt another, his friend. Al mishul lo shama at tkiyos, somebody not heard tkiyos, yochel acher shekvar taka l'kolo, somebody who already blew can blow for him too. Kedin kol mitzvahs like all mitzvahs she'api shekvar yotze, even though you're already yotze yourself, moti, you can exempt others. Yochel gam levarech. Bado, you can also make the bracha for him. Kamo b'kiddush abdol, like kiddush abdol, you can do it for somebody who wasn't yotze yet. Mishlo birch malchus zichronos shofros or shlo yispal klal, so he didn't make zichronos say malchus zichronos shofros, or didn't dam at all. And charo yochol lotzio. His friend cannot be motzi him. But dafka shatz motzi achim neshes zel barabim, which is tibachim motzi others because it's barabim. Avi yochi yochid a motzi b'tfilah. Interesting. An individual can't be motzi another individual by tefillah because that's not his job. It's only shliach tzibur's job. I feel about so even that the person has to daven himself. Shein yochid naseh shliach chaver lo tzil b'tefillah. An individual cannot become a shliach for his friend to exempt the tefillah. Ben mosher ben mekiyum mechem v'chol hashana. Elikein ba'asora dashatz motzi. I don't think we had this previously. It's a chiddush. Only a shliach tzibur can motzi other people, not a yochid motzi another yochid. It's a special din in the tzibur. Chazal said, so fair mevorechu bur yotze. They said the chacham can make the bracha and the hamaretz is yotze. It's a brikas hamazon, brikas hamitzvos. That's by benching and by brachas to make a mitzvahs. Lo b'tfilah. Now b'tfilah shenitkana b'lachash. Here he gives the reason. Tfilah was made to be silent. Ve'ein reshus la'acher lashmiya kol ha'otzi acherim, and there's no permission for somebody else to raise his voice and be motzi others. Until he becomes a chazan. Rav Shvira Gon. This is sent name Rav Shvira Gon. So the Ram says the same thing. Some say if your friend is not capable of davening, then you can be motzi with your davening. So simply somebody who can't daven on his own, and yochel otzio, you gotta be motzi lo lemisha eno yochel. Not somebody who it's telling you about somebody who could down his own. You can't exempt him, but somebody who can't down his own, you can be motzi him. It wasn't said about him that you can't. It's a shas adchak, and there's no way this guy can daven. Otherwise, yes, you can be motzi him. Tough kuf tzadikei le'ezim mokom lelech im l'tkiyos il brachos. You have a choice to go to hear tkiyos or to do hear the brachos. Where should you go? This person who cannot hear the blow shomer himself, nor can he daven musaf by himself. He has two places he can go. When they blow and they'll make the brachas. Nobody there knows how to make this brachas. So another place there are people who can make brachas, but ain't sham shofar, but there's no shofar. There's nobody knows that blow. It's simple that you go to the place where they're doing the tkiyos and not the place where they're making the brachas. The Kiyas of the Raisa, but brachas in the Rabbanon. The Kiyas of the Raisa, therefore they take precedence over the brachas which of Shemona Esrei, which are the Rabbanon. Which says even true in the second day, where shofar is also the Rabbanon. And certainly if he has a place where he can hear the Kiyas, even though there's not going to be a minyan, and he's got to be Yachid, he should still go to the place of the shofar. And he can go to a place where there's a minyan. It's better to hear the Tkiyas, even if you have Dam Yachid, than Dam Tzibur not hear the Tkiyas. Bialacha says, the name of Shuas Yaakov, then he has two places. One he's going to hear the brachas of both days of Rosh Hashanah. It goes to a place where they're blowing. He's only going to hear the brachas on. Okay, so he has a question of quantity or quality. It's a place we can go where he's going to be able to participate in Musaf both days. It's a place we can go so we can participate in Kiyas, but only one day. So it's like Rabbi Yosef Engel's Chakir in Ribu HaKamus Machriya Echus. If the numbers trump the quality. So he says that you go to the place where they make the brachos. But it says specifically talking about the second day Yontif. It says if you only be able to say second day, the blowing a second day Yontif, you can make do the brachos in both places. Go to the place you can make the brachos in both places. Presumably that means if it's the first day Rosh Hashanah, you would not do that because it's the rice the first day. Base. Below not only this, imafilat kiyus heim besufik. By brachos say vade, even you're doubtful if you can get the hear the kiyus. And you can definitely hear the brachos. Go to the place of the Tkiyas, the suffix, the Raisa, Chomer, Mibade, Drabanan. To try and do the Raisa, even if it's a Makam suffix, it's better than doing a definite Drabanan. Shmuel says that if there's, even they only know either Tashrat, or Tashat, or Tarat, but not all three, you should still go to them. And if there's in the city one shofar, he wants to go to a place where the davening, and then they should bring they'll send a non-Jew to bring him a shofar from outside the Tchum, and they can do both. That's permissible. Because Tchum in the Rabbanon, and therefore it's a shvus to bring it for the mitzvah, the shofar, and shvus shvus mitzvah, we are meko. Okay, the Davar Pashtu, it's clear. Shin Yachol Elechem Makul Shispalim. If you go to place the davening, sure. O Chus Biyom Elechem Makul Shofar. Still going to be time after day to go back to the place of the shofar. The Mechuyev Elechem Mukodem Lemakul Field. First go to the place of davening. Avshim Rabbanim, even though davening is Rabban. Mishum Da'achakach Loi Bechos Seyachil Yispal Bado. Because later on, the individual will be able to daven for him. Mashiach Bet Kiyos, because the Kiyos, which he'll be able to get later on. We learned that shofar does not push off on the Rabbanan, but through a non-Jew, that is shvus to shvus, which is shvus to shvus makam mitzvah, that is permissible. Shmuel says you should not go first to the place where they blow and then to the place where they daven, because tefillas and musaf should not really be later, preferentially, than 7 hours, and the kiyas you're allowed to do the entire day. So there's a time limit on musaf which you don't have in the kiyas. And if in one place you find a Baal Tokeh who's an appropriate person, but the Mispalim there are not such great people, and the other place that people are great people, but the Tokeh is not such a great person, you should go to a place where the Tokeh is an expert and kosher, because the Tokeh is motzi him as a chiyuv, and therefore he should be more upstanding as opposed to tefillah, where the Shliat Tzibur does not be, at least nowadays, does not motzi you with tefillah. Tav Kuf Tzadik Vav. Minagat Chiyus Shachar Tefillah. Minagat doing Chiyus after davening. Av Amar Anachnu Noagim Litkoa Achar Tefillah Lashlim HaMekos. We keep blowing after the Chazot Shabbat over to make up 100 goals. Neged Mea Payos. Corresponding to the 100 groans. The Pai Ima the Sisra, the mother of Sisra, we've told Mother Sisra cried when her son did not come home from the war. Arukh Baruch, B'Megdal the Rosh Hashanah. But took us up Shem Rav Amram, to write Shem Rav Amram, the Achar Tefillah Mariam Tria Gedola, below Tkiya, after having to do Tria Gedola without a Trua Gedola, without a Tkiya, in order to continue the Satan Vano ain't on the Nogi came. We don't have a Trua Gedola, we just have a Tkiya Gedola. Yeah, so Mishabura says, even though in the Sidurim it says Tkiya Gedola, at the end of Tkiya Samyushov, I think it might be even the one at the end of the Shofros. Not sure about that. And then again, it says it at the end of the 100 kolos. Mishabura only says you really should say you only make the Yegola in the very last of the 100 kolos. Base because I've been around the Arukh HaShulchan b'zeh ain't likah o b'chinam. Once a yotzid, 100 kolos don't blow for naught. Mishabura says also you can't take a shofar out. You don't have to blow it because it's so tosh lo torah. So and that's a and it's even somebody already blew shofar. No, even someone's going to blow shofar on the second day of Rosh Hashanah. He's not allowed to blow in the afternoon of Rosh Hashanah after he finished in shul in order to train himself. The Mishabura says that the Taz says that his opinion is that the other Rosh Hashanah is not like other Yom Tov in this respect, and therefore he would be allowed to blow in order to learn. But most of the Achronim aser like the Ramah, so you're learning how to blow ahead of time. But continuing going on, I feel you. Rama says if you want to tell a child to blow, just learn about how it works, you can blow the whole day. Bedin katan beyond b'simu katu v'yites ayin already spoke of katan. Now, much because the chagach ain't lit kol b'chinam. After 100 kolos, you're not supposed to blow just for naught. Lo kain kasav atu b'shem Rav Hagon. Who didn't say the name of Rav Hagon? In brackets it says here Shebi Rayimach the Chimasayim shots Kiyasa b'yamna lo shema inish udna because Kiyasa ayin sham. It says in the Gemara that when they finished blowing the official kiyas in the Yavna, nobody could hear anything because everybody's blowing their own kiyas. And for the already Yotze, according to this, why would you blow? According to Ramah, why would they blow afterwards? So it says the Ramah goes in the opinion of Taisus that the people who blew afterwards are the ones who didn't hear the kiyas properly. Like the Taz writes. But you know what I'm saying? His name is Ravon. When you don't have to blow anymore, you're not allowed to carry the shofar either because of muktzah. You have muktzah machnas ches on kis. But he says tzorchim. It's not sure about that. And also that which he said for the first day you can't blow to prepare for the second day. Also, it's no. The Ravon says you can't carry it from the first day, second day. Tzorchim. He doesn't. The Arukh HaShulchan is not 100% with that. Mishabura says in terms of carrying it, and in fact Mishabura says also you can carry you can move it the entire day because it's suitable to use right until Shkia to be motzi something else comes along. So you don't have to, you're allowed to move it any time during the day. Tafkuf Tzayik Zayin. Yimuta Esanas Rosh Hashanah, you're allowed to fast Rosh Hashanah or not. Of course, I told Shem Rav Hagon, 2 nights, doing nights in the name of Rav Hagon, or she also sounds by Shana now to fast Rosh Hashanah. Shem Nechem Yaksiv, and Shem Nechem says, Shamu Ezra Nechem in that speech, which Ezra Nechem came to the entire nation, Rosh Hashanah, L'chu Yichlu Mishmanim, go and eat the fatty foods, the good food, Sumakdim, and drink sweet drinks. Hikar Hashem Aneh, because this day is holy to our Kodesh Baruch Hu, to our Master. Uxim says, Yel Kolam Le'achov L'shtos, they all went up to eat and drink. We're going to Mordechai, Perkam Rosh Hashanah, Shem Ram Nachshon going. She also is also has Mordechai's name is named Nachshon. You know it's best on Rosh Hashanah. Yesh riots min Torah min Kabbalah mi Brayis mi Yerushalmi. There are riots from lots of places. Min Torah she'll call him Kolamani because include all the Yom Tovim. Uksiba it says Mikra Kodesh, call it a holy day. The Shir B'Si B'Si we learned the Sifra B'Si Kacheu. Anytime it says Mikra Kodesh means sanctified, but Machal Mishtud, food and drink, Ksus Nukia, and clean clothing. Rosh Hashanah Yikrin Chag, Rosh Hashanah is called Chag K'chol Modim, like any other Yom Tov. The Chesiv says, "B'Ches Yom Chagenu." And the day of the concealment is our holiday. Meaning we say, what's the month in which the moon is covered? Heavy Omer is Rosh Hashanah. It's Rosh Hashanah. So therefore we should have halachati. To be very Kabbalah from Ksubin, like we said, go eat delicacies. Mina Bryce also, Bryce Tani, Yerushalmi, Rosh Hashanah, the Rosh Hashanah, Matzwin, below Misanin. Rosh Hashanah, you blow, you don't fast. Shana Rosh Hashanah, Shomer, Ein Uma Kumazu. The famous Yerushalmi, which says that there's no nation like this nation that instead of going in mournful clothing to court, Lovshin, Levanim, Balchim, Bishosim, Smechim, they eat dress in white and they eat and drink and are happy. The Yodim, Shakush Baruch Yaslam Nes, because they are confident, because what is make a Nes for Am Yisrael that they'll survive at least. Ayin Sham. Berechin Amina the Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur Ikru Moadim. They're called Yom Tovim. B'cheinu b'soita Ayin Sham B'chein B'sakatur. Obviously, he's going to give us another side, but right now it looks to be preponderance of evidence is that you are not allowed to fast on Rosh Hashanah.